We are gathered here today to sip some tea, honey, so make sure you guys have your teacups ready because this tea is what? Piping hot. Hey you guys, it's your girl T and I hope everybody's doing good today. Make sure y'all have y'all's teacups ready because this tea is what? Piping hot. So anyways, we had a really cool discussion on Instagram, and shout out to my tea sippers on my Instagram page. I love the fact that no matter what topic that we talk about on there, it's a troll free zone. And if I even suspect somebody's trolling, you're automatically blocked, okay? But I like the fact that we can talk about any topic and we don't have to agree, we can disagree, but everybody on there is mature and respectful, and we had really good dialogue concerning this topic. And at first I didn't want to do a video, but a lot of people were asking me to do a video, and I didn't want to be accused of doing this.
I'm getting a little tired of you broken promises.
Yes, I do not want to be accused of breaking any type of promises. So anyways, so the topic that we were talking about this weekend on Instagram was Ice Cube's video going viral all over social media. So now if you guys remember, about a week and a half ago, I did the video concerning Bill Maher. And basically, Bill Maher was on his show called Real Time with Bill Maher. And he called himself trying to make a little slavery jokey joke where he called himself a house nigga. And when he did that, of course, it sent shockwaves around the internet. And a lot of people called him out on that. And basically, he then turned around and he apologized.
There is a lot of bullshit apologizing in America, and I am against that. But, you know, we shouldn't apologize for slavery and Japanese internment and Abu Ghraib and Indian genocide and Tuskegee and a million.
Right.
So when it's appropriate, this was appropriate. Because I'll tell you why. Because for black folks, that word, I don't care who you are, has caused pain. I'm not here to do that.
Right.
Now, the guy who was here, it's not his fault. I feel bad about him, the senator. It's all on me. But he said a weird thing. The comic mind goes to a weird place sometimes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter that it wasn't said in malice. It wasn't. If it brought back pain to people.
Right. Well, but
then and that's why I apologize freely, and I reiterate it tonight. That's sincere.
So he invited Ice Cube onto the show, and Ice Cube had quite a bit to say. He called himself checking Bill Maher and white folks who choose to use that word. So I want to go ahead and show you guys a little snippet of what Ice Cube had to say. After his video went viral, CNN also jumped on the story. I want you guys to go ahead and watch that CNN news clip as well. So check this out, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
I want you to hear what rapper Ice Cube had to say, a very visceral response. Listen.
You know, it's a word that has been used against us. It's like a knife, man. And you can use it as a weapon or you can use it as a tool. It's been used as a weapon against us by white people. And we're not going to let that happen again by nobody. When I hear my homie say it don't feel like venom. When I hear a white person say it feel like that knife stabbing me, even if they don't mean it. But I think this is a teachable moment, not just to you, but to the people that's watching right now. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I'm not.
But I think the people watching right now are saying that point has been made.
Not by me.
Okay.
In the lexicon, everybody talking. But that's our word now. That's our word now. And you can't have it back. I know they trying to get it back. It's guy, and I'm not talking about you, Bill. I'm not talking about you, Bill.
Okay.
But I'm talking about guys who cross the line every day because they got some black homies. They got some friends. They think it's cool. And it's not cool because when I hear my homie say it don't feel like venom. When I hear a white person say it feel like that knife stabbing me, even if they don't mean it. So, you know, I like your show, and it's a great show. And I just don't know sometimes, is this a political show or is it a show about jokes? And sometimes the jokes, I understand the format, and, you know, you guys say it's a comedian show, but this, to me, is a political show.
All right, so you guys just watch both of those videos. And if you go onto Bill Maher's YouTube page and you guys see the video on there, you guys can watch the full video. That damn video has a shit ton of dislikes, okay? So folks are not feeling what Ice Cube had to say. Well, most of the people who are not feeling it are white people. But I noticed one thing. I noticed a lot of black folks hailing Ice Cube as a hero and saying, you tell them white people they can't use our word, and Tell him how it is, Ice Cube. And Ice Cube is a real gangster. Okay, so before I get into the video, let me just go ahead and put out this disclaimer. Because, before I get called a hater and all this other dumb shit, I've met Ice Cube. I worked down straight out of Compton. Got a chance to meet him. Met his son, O'Shea Jackson Jr. Ice Cube, very nice, very down-to-earth guy. Son, really cool kid, very respectful. I definitely liked him, had a good time on set with him, okay? So I've met him. I've gotten a cool vibe from Ice Cube, but I have to keep it 100. I'm a fan of Ice Cube, but I'm not a fan of what he said on this show. In my personal opinion, Ice Cube can keep that word to himself. He's like, this is our word and y'all can't have it. No, Ice Cube, that's your word and you can have it all you want. I personally don't want that word. Now, like I stated in my Bill Maher video before, okay, let me also make this clear because I think some of y'all were confused. I understand that nigga can be used as a term of endearment for certain people. I've heard that used by many people as a term of endearment. What I stated is that in my personal inner circle, I don't look at that as a term of endearment. I've used the word before and I haven't used it as a term of endearment. When I see my boys or my girls, I call them my homeboys, my homegirls. That's the homie right there. That's how I address my real friends. I don't be like, that's my nigga and them. That's just not what I do. When I use the N-word, I use it to belittle and cuss people out. That's how I've used it in the past. And most of the time when people use the N-word, it's not necessarily a term of endearment. We can fool ourselves and, and say that, and we can fool ourselves and try and twist it like that. But most of the time when you hear, look at them niggas over there, or, oh, this nigga, it's usually not used as a term of endearment. You're usually using that to point out some foolishness or some ratchetness that somebody is doing or something unbecoming. Like, let's not get it twisted and play semantics like everybody who uses the N-word is using it as a term of endearment and they're using it to show love.
My nigga, dope boys, my niggas, my nigga, YG, my niggas.
And when black people say it, it's about love, and there's no daggers when black folks use the N-word.
Tones known to get busy with them Glocks, nigga. Try to run down and you could catch a shot, nigga.
But when white people say, oh my God, daggers, they're attacking me. Like, come on, people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling that shit. I just felt like it was a lot of excuses. You know what I'm saying? I felt like this is the same rapper who was in a group called NWA, and him and his group helped to make this word popular. They helped to popularize it and make it mainstream. They made this word cool and hip. You hear this word nigga all over the world, okay? All over the world, people use this. Like I said on Instagram, I know people of every race and age who use this word. Some people, yes, they use it as a term of endearment. Other people use it to cut other people down. Now I'm not saying that he didn't have good intentions. I really feel like Ice Cube missed the mark on this one. Not only is Ice Cube being used by Bill Maher in the mainstream media to talk about this and to make everything so-called right again so people forgive Bill Maher, they're definitely playing him like a chess piece. On top of that, he needs to realize that hip-hop is now part of popular culture, okay? And when you say that this word is okay and it's okay for us to use it, we took the power away from that, that does not make any sense. Because the problem is the people who buy your music, the people who support hip-hop are mainly white people. They're mainly white kids. And white kids use this word so freely, and other kids too, not just white children. Asian kids, Mexican kids, they use this word freely, and these kids do not understand the pain and the subjugation behind this word. So to just dismiss it and say that I'm taking this word back and I'm using this word to empower black people, to me is silly, and it's very, very disingenuous. Hip hop has now merged into the culture. Everything from how folks dress, the way they talk, the things that they do, the way they style their hair. Everybody's a part of this culture, and you cannot pick and choose certain things. You know, what I hate is like this whole internet versus the real world mentality. I hate how people on the internet act one way versus how they act in the real world, okay? A lot of folks have sat here either in the hood or just out and about, and you've heard Asian kids dropping the N-word. You've heard Mexican kids dropping the N-words. And 9 times out of 10, you yourself said nothing, or you just rolled your eyes and walked by. Most people in the real world are not going to stop anybody from using this word. You know what I'm saying? I love how people are acting like there's about to be this entire nigga word tribunal. You know, there's not going to be a tribunal. Who's going to hold these people accountable? Who's going to be on this tribunal? Ice Cube? and the surviving members of NWA? Are they going to be the ones to bestow who can and who can't use this word? And on top of that, like I've discussed in previous videos, you also have biracial people like J. Cole and Drake who use this word all the time in their music. And I remember David Banner came out talking about they shouldn't be allowed to use the word. Then you have people who are racially ambiguous who look like straight white people like Logic who use the word nigga all the time.
What are your thoughts with using the word nigga?
It's a word that I use personally amongst my family or my friends because, that's a circle that I was raised in. It's natural, you know what I'm saying? Because I was raised in a black family. That's all I know. However, I don't necessarily use this word in a public manner such as this. Well, at least without addressing it first, because that's just ignorant. Like if I'm walking down the street talking about, oh, what's up, nigga? Da-da, somebody's gonna fuck me up because I look white.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Look
But
fast.
exactly, you know what I mean. But
just when you said it right there, I almost punched you. But go ahead.
But then it's like, oh wait, okay, all right, I realize underneath. Nah, but
So now is Logic going to be checked because he looks as white as Bill Maher looks, but he's allowed to say the N-word. So it's like you can play so many semantics, you can split so many hairs over this shit. I'm personally tired of it, and I just don't respect it because at the end of the day, you can't sit here and profit. You and so many people in the hip-hop community made millions of dollars. You guys are now sitting comfortably and y'all got rich off of the poison that you guys were pushing to the community. But now he wants to come back and say, I'm taking this word. This is our word and you can't use it. Like I said also in previous videos, I don't understand why white people are fighting so hard to use this word. The word does not sound right coming out of white folks' mouths, but I understand and I'm realistic enough to know that 9 times out of 10, most folks are not going to do shit when they hear a white person rapping and they use the N-word in a rap lyric and they see their so-called homeboys and they're showing their homeboy a term of endearment. And they're like, what's up, my nigga? I see it all the time with these little white kids who hang with black people and black folks are like, oh, he's one of us. We adopted him. He's part of the culture and black folks excuse that. Just like Chet Hayes, how he runs around here saying the N-word and everything else.
I just want to clarify one thing. Under no circumstances would I ever go up to somebody that I didn't know and just be like, hey, what's up, my nigga? It's an unspoken thing between people who are friends who understand each other.
Look, I know the majority of y'all are not going to get this because the history is still so fresh in our country. But hip-hop isn't about race. It's about the culture you identify with. And can't no one tell me what I can't say.
Chet Hayes, how he runs around saying nigga with no type of apologies. And he's like, y'all's not changing shit. I'm going to keep saying it. There's nothing y'all can do about it. And basically, he's right. People ain't going to check him. Nothing's going to happen to him. He been saying it. Nobody has whooped Chet Hayes' ass. Nobody has done anything. I think a lot of people say it not only openly, but also behind closed doors. And obviously, Bill Maher has said this word time and time again to the point where he felt so comfortable as to use it in the way that he did on national television. He thought that his black card was so prominent. He had so many black supporters and so many black folks who wrote with him that he could just slip that word in and nobody would be offended. Well, he learned that, you know what? You might have a lot of black friends, but I'm not your black friend. I don't know you personally, and you're not to say that word. So he learned he had to apologize. But personally, I can't take anything that Ice Cube is saying seriously. I felt like a lot of it was just hypocrisy. I would respect these rap guys more if they did the same thing to other races. Until I start hearing these rap guys use words like spick, kike, chink, you know what I'm saying, wetback, beaner. Until they start using words like that, kick rocks. Y'all's not really about that life because y'all are so comfortable disrespecting and trying to twist this word and act like you're reclaiming this word and somehow this word is doing something for black people, as a term of endearment and making each other feel good. You guys are trying to reclaim this word. No other race is reclaiming a word that dehumanizes them and that disrespects them. Nobody is. And I'm not saying that Mexicans and Asian people don't call each other these words. When they call each other chink or beaner, they're not doing it as a term of endearment. 9 times out of 10, they're doing it to disrespect that person, okay? And we had a really good discussion about the whole Michael Jackson situation as well. If you guys remember when Michael Jackson did that video called They Don't Really Care About Us, he had a line in that song about the Jews, and he even said the word kike. And when I tell you within 48 hours, Michael Jackson was on television apologizing. They had to redo that little lyric. I mean, it was crazy. But I respected the Jews for doing that because they're like, no, you're not going to disrespect us. You're not going to, minimize our suffering. We're not having that. They shut that shit down and he was the king of pop. Okay? So that's the thing for me. Respect starts at home. And regardless of the situation, we have to respect ourselves. We have to respect our culture. We have to respect the things that not only we're going through now, but what people before us went through. And the fact that we try and marginalize it or make excuses for it or claim that we're taking this word back. And, you know, this is a word that a lot of people, when they died, these were the last words that they heard. Oprah stated this really, really eloquently in an interview. I want you guys to go ahead and check this out.
Welcome to Access Hollywood. Maher's offensive remark last week on his show Real Time, which he apologized for, cut deep with Oprah, who he spoke with along with her Queen Sugar creator, Ava DuVernay.
I believe that it should not be a part of the language in the lexicon. You know, I have this wonderful coffee table book that sits in my living room. It's called Freedom. And one of the pages in there that sears my brain, it's a lynching. And it's a lynching of a family. And then there's a whole mob of people who've come out to watch, and they're watching it like it's sport. And I always think about that family. And I actually had this conversation with Jay-Z when he was saying, we can take the power back. We can take the power out of the word. We're changing the power. I go, you will never change it for that family. Right. You will never change it for the people for whom it was the last word they heard when they were hung or they were dismembered or they were, you know, degraded. So I now know it's an argument I'm not gonna win. I'm not gonna win it, not in my lifetime. And that's okay.
And all right, so you guys just saw what Oprah had to say about the situation. I agree with her 100%. You know, this word is bigger than a term of endearment. This word is bigger than, you know, having a word that white people supposedly can't use. You know, this word is a very powerful word, and words have meanings. Words have power, and you can try and clean it up by saying it's a term of endearment. We're using it in love. But like I've always told y'all, 9 times out of 10, it's not used as a term of endearment. It's used to cut down other black people. It's used to make that person not seem as human. Because it's a lot easier to go out here and kill a nigga, okay? Oh, them is just some niggas I'm beefing with. Fuck that nigga. It's very easy to do that, but it's a lot harder to kill a brother.
We on some hot nigga. Like I told Tish, I see when I shot niggas. Like you seen him twirl, then he drop, nigga. And we keep the mind millies on my block, nigga.
Let that one sink in. I'm out. I don't even want to talk about this topic no more. I know the comment section is going to be off the chain. People will be coming out here to tell me I'm a coon and a bedwench. And how dare I go against Ice Cube and his logic. It is what it is. It's my opinion. Don't like it, unsubscribe. Anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Let me know what you guys think about this entire situation. Do you agree with Ice Cube? Do you not agree with Ice Cube? Do you feel like he's keeping it real? Do you feel like he's a hypocrite? And then do you really feel like in the real world, folks can really control what comes out of other people's mouths? That, you know, if people see a group of Asians or Latinos, because, I mean, God forbid, in the Bronx, that's how they fucking say is the word nigga, okay? Them Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, they say nigga all day, but call them black. I'm not black, I'm Dominican. I'm not black, I'm Puerto Rican. Okay, but they love the word nigga, though. But, I mean, okay, so let's say you're walking through the Bronx, and you hear a bunch of Latinos using the word nigga. And screw all that, they have black in them. A lot of them don't claim it. Are you going to go up to these people and confront them and be like, you need to stop using that word? Like, who is part of this nigga word tribunal?
Listen here. I'm not coming to no motherfucking tribunal by some goddamn elders that have not even been active in the goddamn community.
Please explain to me who's going to be on the tribunal to go around checking people using this word. Anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. I just can't take this topic seriously anymore. To me, it's just turned into a joke. I really feel like nobody should be using this word as a term of endearment or using it as a way to cut other people down. It's hurtful, it's demeaning, and a lot of people lost their lives behind this word, you know, but it's just really sad that we've really convinced ourselves that this word is a good word and we've taken it back. This word is doing nothing for our people, period, point blank. So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right, deuces. Hey you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit Lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.